Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Interception. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Alabama!
I mean, you talk about coming out of the defense and setting the tone and letting them know it's going to be a long game. Let's do this. How about a pick six on the first possession? Nice job by the defense coming out and striking first in this ball game.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Quarterback empties his backfield. Sends it back in motion. He'll take it himself. Turning it on! Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these, but if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Here's the handoff. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. LSU delivered the type of thrashing generally reserved for homecoming games in Baton Rouge. Thing is, this was a road victory, and a win like this is going to resonate throughout the SEC. Top 25 teams and a very clear outcome today, guys. Ought to be fun to see how the rankings are impacted this week.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Formation for these receivers. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Well, I'm sure there are a lot of emotions, a homecoming of sorts as he comes back to the place where he played as the head coach of the opposition.
You know it holds a special place in his heart, and he's right now taking the field thinking about all the great memories he shared with his teammates, with his family, with the fans during his time. But he's got a job, David. He's coaching on the other sideline this one, and he wants to get the win for his team.
Oh, you dang right. And you got to pull back those feelings. It's great to be home. It's awesome to be where it started, but you're also paid to do a job, and you're paid by the other side. And right now, you want to go win, and you want to beat this squad because you're competitive, so it's got to be kind of bittersweet.
Looking downfield, it's Simmons. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Longhorns! The defense putting points on the board. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
Yeah, and finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, creating turnovers. Great job creating the turnover and getting points off of it.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Tide offense rolls onto the field. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. Fires to the big fella. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And a play like that, that seems routine, but it only works if the quarterback can get the ball out on time and out in front of the wide receiver. That allows the receiver to keep separation from the defender, and the ball hits him in stride.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. The screen, and watch out. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44. Well, so much for the members' bounce. They get a break on the road here.
And how about that for this offense? The worst thing you could do when you're on the road is ignite the home crowd. This offense got a nice break early and a chance to not rouse up this crowd early in the game.
And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Scanning the field, it's Simmons. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one of the day is on its way. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on once. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Motion from the wideout. Give to the running back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Grab behind the line. It's Williams. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about a little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Quarterback making checks. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Defense needed that stop badly. They gave up a touchdown. They gave up a field goal. Here they are in the 3rd possession. They've got to find a way to get off the field. So really nice job on a critical 3rd down, forcing an incompletion.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Final play of the quarter coming. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Makes it past the marker. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead, and we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the 2nd quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Got room at the 35. Wide open space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Here comes the Texas offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They'll give it to the back. At the 35, he's open. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. Texas calls his campus to 40 acres. This running game might cover 40 acres before it's over.
That would be a heck of a day. I don't know how many yards that would be. That would be a quick conversion. How good's your math, Reese, to try to calculate that? But they're having a lot of success, a lot of history with great running backs at the University of Texas. And this guy is having a day.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Baxter. He makes the stop at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 15, and they've got it in plus territory.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll move the tight end. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to adjust the pattern. Oh, better look out. There he goes. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Just on the edge of the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Timeout, Texas.
Just outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking downfield on 1st down. Dances away to buy time. and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
Going to swing it on second down. Fires to the right. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Number 6, set to kick this one away. Texas.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to the back. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. The give to the tailback. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Tempo in overdrive. Dropping back, it's Simmons. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Behind the chains now on second and long. From the gun, the running back has it. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Wide receiver going in motion. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the miscue, 1st and 15 for this offense. To the air, it's Simmons. Makes the catch, it's Meadows. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice quick throw there. It's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable, confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
You'll hear it in the crowd a lot, yelling to the offensive coordinator, run the insert expletive ball. Well, I think the Tide might have found his next home run hitter to run the ball.
I mean, if this guy's going to have this much success, yeah, feed him the rock. Give him the ball early in the game, setting the tone. Listen, we know how it works. You get first downs and you run the ball like you have effectively early in the game. It opens up everything else, and the whole playbook becomes wide open.
Throws to the wideout. He's open on the right. Inside the 25, stopped at the 24. Clock will stop to move the chains.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Gibson. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. The give to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. They'll move the wide receiver. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking downfield, it's Simmons. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Man, what a great break on the ball. Way to knock it down. But, man, this situation, they're almost in field goal range. Had a chance to maybe take some points off the board. That's a big play that we might circle back to later.
So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. So now on 4th down, they'll try to salvage a 3 and just get points before halftime. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And we are all tied up here in the second.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Might be changing the route. On the direct snap, it's Baxter. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will kick it off to start the second half. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Finds his man. It's Horton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. To the air, it's Simmons. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. 4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Great place to start for this offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Under fire. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts up front. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up at different positions, but create havoc in the backfield, and that's what this guy has been able to do throughout his career.
He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that first down marker. It'll be 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Making side adjustments here. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Pulls it in, it's Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll try the right side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. 1st down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Gibson. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Tackled right at the 43-yard line, and this D didn't let him sniff that 1st down marker.
It's a nice effort by the running back, but in that 3rd and long situation, it's just too much work for that running back to convert that 3rd down. Really, nice job. Got to give the defense credit. They surrounded him, got him to the ground.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Williams. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a 1st down, but what does it do? Now it makes 2nd down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Way to stay ahead of the chains.
What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. To throw, it's Simmons. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
Drives into the defense, and they get him down after a pickup of 3 to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
He gets it all the way down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
A 1st down run in the red zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. On 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They've held the ball forever. Relentless drive, but what a win for the defense if they can force a field goal. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's how this game could end. Or do I want to roll the dice because I don't believe in my defense?
No field goal attempt here. They'll try to break the tie here in the 4th with a touchdown. Whistle blows, clock stops, and there are 2 minutes left to play in this one. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. No good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right. quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. The offense changing the play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the fourth. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Got it behind the line. It's Baxter. Almost popped free on the screen, but he stopped short of the line to gain. It's fourth down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Motion from the wideout. Fourth down, gotta have it here. Gonna throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've put themselves in prime position right here, Jesse, to have a chance to win the game.
So how about this offensive line, David? Can they get some push? Because you're expecting them now to run the football to help the kicker out.
You're in a great situation. You're not in a rush. You don't have to hurry up. You know what you need to go out here, lead the clock, and kick the game-winning field goal.
This sophomore stopping him short of the first down line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now the offense has its shot to keep this game from going into overtime. From the gun, give on the inside. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
You know a field goal can tie the game right now. You have to at least give yourself a chance to do that. So I don't mind maybe taking some shots, but every time you drop back, you're risking taking a sack. You've got to dial up plays right now, I think, that are high percentage throws. You've got to run the football to at least give yourself an opportunity to push this game into OT.
The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's no good. He missed it. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game.
And that's his second miss of the day. And listen, it's a real thing, man. The wet, the ball gets heavier, like the operation doesn't go as smooth with the conditions, and I'd be shocked if we saw them again today.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Got it set up on the outside. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play?
Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Got a little space. Breaks into the open. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
Listen, everybody practices the 2-minute drill and trying to go fast, but it's really nice when the quarterback has his time to get his thoughts clear, understand down and distance, maybe audible at the line of scrimmage. He has that right now because he did a good job getting the first down and getting out of bounds.
To the air on first down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. Second down, he'll throw it. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces third down. He wants to change this route. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle? Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Dropping back, it's Simmons. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
Now third and long here in overtime as this defense wants to force a field goal attempt. On third down, he drops to throw. If he runs this back, this game's over. Going the other way, and he's got room. And the takeaway is the exclamation exclamation point. The game saver for the win. And, man, just a soul-crushing turnover by this offense here in overtime.
It's so tough throwing the ball down in this area of the field, right? The windows are so much smaller, and they open and they close so much quicker. You've got to be so precise with timing and accuracy if you're the quarterback. And that time, it came back to bite him. Just didn't execute well enough.
Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And that's a good, solid run there, Reese. And if you want to win in overtime, running the football is a good idea.
Showing that you're the more physical team in overtime can really be a breaking of their will. Tight end now in motion. Trying to run, it's Baxter. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
They're already in position for a potential game-winning field goal here on 1st and goal in overtime. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They must protect the football here. They're already well within range of a game-winning field goal attempt. Leaves it with the back. Is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT.
And the running back was not going to be denied on that play. He had a hole. He saw it. He put his foot in the ground, and that was pay dirt.